Mayavaram Finance is a public company, 70-year-old company, headquartered in Mayavaram, and we have offices in key locations in Tamil Nadu. So we've been in the traditional chit business for the last 70 years, starting from 1947.
Kyepot is a fintech platform whose mission is to digitalize the chit fund asset class in the form of group savings and a lending product. And our mission is to enable the entire India to actually participate in this product for their savings and therefore borrowing or low-cost borrowing needs, and have this product as one of their products in their financial planning mix. So a little bit of background on what I did before. I was a banker working in product and technology with large banks and payment schemes in the UK for pretty much 14 years before I decided to return back. And as a part of my exec MBA thesis, I decided to actually embark on a project where looking at the great advantages of this product and the asset class, which was purely on digital, I decided to build a venture which would take this asset class to a younger generation, and we have taken a mobile first approach. So we have done a lot of things around bringing the entire transparency around this asset class and enabling a nice user experience for the people who are used to the digital products to be able to see this as one of their a kind of financial asset classes. What we have done is we have created a very nice mobile platform where we are doing a lot of education around the financial literacy and financial planning. So a chit is nothing but a unique asset class where you can save money iteratively, you can actually get returns every month in the form of dividend, and it also includes a loan aspect as well. So which means that from the group itself, you can actually borrow money either before you have saved the entire pot or maybe in the end. So it has a unique combination of saving, investment and borrowing asset class. What we have done is we actually packaged the entire thing into an education, awareness, and the whole business process around participating in this asset class has become digital on the mobile platform. And how are we reaching out to the audiences or our customer segment is through various channels. So having partnered with Mayavaram, which is a 70-year-old chit fund company, very, very robust, very well run. After we have reviewed their entire business processes and the data for the last 30-40 years, we decided to form a unique combination here, which allows us to build on the trust of this asset class. So when we reach out to our audiences through the online and the offline channels, we see that by adding the layer of education, awareness, and then with the combination of this partnership, people start to trust us, and people have to trust us with their money. So we're using multiple channels, as I said. People are actually finding us and discovering us. Our registrations and the downloads are skyrocketing more than we can actually. It's a good problem to have. We can't service everyone, but we have a huge waiting list. So people are literally looking for savings options and the borrowing options, and we are actually explaining them that this is something which actually encapsulates the combination of the three asset classes, which is right for their short-term and medium-term financial goals.
We have opened up groups which is as small as paying 1,000 rupees a month, which is not available in our traditional business. It's always starting from 4,000, 5,000 a month. In order somebody to test the product, they don't have to shell out a lot of money. They can just join a group which is just 1,000 a month and have access to money as big as 12,000 to 24,000 rupees in a chit product. So we have done both the education part and also making a product available at a lower cost. So that is the kind of combination that we are going to the market today to educate and engage them into the newer digital chits. The Chit Act is actually pretty old. Right now the association is kind of putting forth every possible way with the government to make some amendments to the act. So today, when the act was written, I don't think internet was available. So they did not anticipate certain things to happen in future. So that is where the regulatory roadblocks happen. For example, if I have to onboard somebody into a digital chit, we are actually governed by register of chits, right? So they need physical signature of every customer in an agreement form. So that actually delays my onboarding process. When digital chits, collating all their signatures into a one document paper is a pain to me today, and I have to submit that. Second thing is, when they talk about bidding, auction, there was no mention about online bidding and online auction in the regulatory aspect. So still we need to do it in a physical presence. Once the digital bidding is over, we need to take a printout of that and go submit it to the regulators. So there are various aspects like this. I'm just pointing out few pain points that we have. It is not about making the regulators understand. It is about non-availability of provisions with the regulator to even do something that we are trying to do today.
Our entire discovery to onboarding to underwriting process is digital. We look at lots of data points to be able to underwrite people into the right kind of products and the groups. We give them choices as well. So what we are having to do is actually allow for some of the things which are really required, and where, as Manoj said, they have to be done as per the regulatory processes. So we're having to build some more capabilities which delays our onboarding process, which adds an extra bit of effort and the cost in the entire life cycle. It does also create a little bit of friction between the customers. When they come in, they expect a completely digital experience. But then, even though we are capable to provide them the complete digital experience, but there are certain things that we have to do. So we are the pioneers in actually making the KYC digital, the whole underwriting digital in this process. We are the pioneers in actually having the complete digital payment incorporated on the platform. So our users are now able to pay any amount, anywhere, anytime, even part payments as well, 24/7. The branch doesn't need to be open, or office doesn't need to be open. So the entire process is online. We have brought the entire regulatory processes online for the customers. Anything that needs to be done is transparently available to the users, whether it's a regulatory deposit in the form of the fixed deposit, whether it's a PSO, whether it's the chit agreements, the agreements signed between the users or the fund. We also have the complete approvals there. So we had to actually build a lot of things on the platform to accommodate some of the challenges or the interventions that are required from a regulatory aspect. But building a digital chit fund platform from ground up is, I would say, is as equivalent to building a digital bank from ground up, because a digital bank cannot be just built by a transaction processing system. It has to take care of the user side, it has to take care of the regulatory side, it has to take care of the complete transparency.
Definitely there is an issue in terms of understanding the product while downloading the app. They think it's just a loan, or it's easy money, or they want to try out a product that is available online. Definitely the rejection ratio from our side is slightly higher because there is a mismatch of what they need and what we are trying to provide. I think in future, while we are educating and more people uses it and write reviews, and user experiences are shared with multiple people in the social media, we feel that problem will be negated.
We're running over 5,000 now registered users who are actually wanting to participate in our groups. We have a good problem to solve where we can't actually, we're not capable enough to serve everyone right at this moment of time, but we are taking the learnings that we're getting from the users to be able to create some more friction-free onboarding process, as well as the right kind of products. So we have different kind of products on the platform, ranging from 1,000 rupees a month to 2,000 rupees, and all the way going up to the higher values as well. So our system is able to allow people to be able to select the right kind of products. The awareness of this product as a chit product, especially for our customer base. So 95% of our user base is actually less than 32 years. and these people have never actually participated in chits. So they look for savings option, they look for borrowing option, they look for return options. So we have created some nice education on our website, on our app, which tells them how this actually works. And a lot of them have some misconceptions about how the chit works. Either they're used to a formal chit fund, telling them how it works, or they're used to an informal way of doing chits, which might be in their own community, the household, the neighborhood, etc. So we're doing a lot of work around education, and the mere fact that there are a huge number of interest